Yeah, we'll come a fair way. It's probably, 23 years ago now since I come through. Back then, that was the first year of the AFL Academy, so it was starting to get to a stage where it was getting a bit more professional, but it's not at the level it is these days. The amount of background checks we do, the assessments we make on character as well as their football, things have come a long way since then. At the end of the day, you still want really good footballers that are great competitors, but there's a lot to picking a player, and there's a lot to each person that you need to assess and make sure they're the right fit for your footy club. Obviously we're in a position where our list will continue to transition, so it's a really important time for us to make sure we're nailing the draft like we always want to, but also that blend of bringing in players from other clubs through a trade or free agency, and the blend between the draft and bringing through the youth and the maturity is really important to nail from a team balance point of view, from a list demographic, but also from a TPP and salary cap position as well. So there's a fair bit that goes into it. There's a lot of strategy involved. The strategy is one thing and being able to nail it is another. So we've got a really good team, the recruiting team. Mark Finnegan's our national recruiting manager. He's been at the club for over 15 years now. And we've got Scott Clayton, who's been around for such a long time in a variety of roles. And Glenn Luff, as a list manager, has obviously come from an analytical background as well. So we've got quite a diverse team. We've been together for a couple of years now, so we're working together well, and there's always a lot of noise. We've just got to stick to our processes, stick to what our assessment criteria is and be true to that. We're really well placed to make sure we nail all our picks, but pick one's obviously a really important one.
With pick 3, North Melbourne have selected Will Phillips.
You watch players for a couple of years and you might have a little bit to do with them over the period. You might hear a lot about them from their coaches or their school, but until you get to meet them, you can assess someone for 2 years, and then when you get to the interview stage, you realise there's some areas that we still need to delve into with this player. I think the interview process is huge.
The North Melbourne Football Club has chosen Jai Simpkin.
Yeah, we think that there's certain parts of a character that you need to have to be an AFL footballer. Everyone's different. It's not saying that we need everyone to be the same. The character's really big. You need a player that comes into your club. He's going to do the work. It's going to compete. There's one thing to compete out in the field as a competitive footballer, but when you come in and you're vying against 43 other players for a spot in the team, you need that competitiveness too, where you're coming in to play AFL footy and you've got that desire to get there. So that's a huge part for us.